Hello, Mark. Can you hear me?
This is Kim Chakaneta from the Cone Podcast, where we unpick.
Yes, I
Hello.
can hear you. And just to be sure, I hope you can hear me too.
Yes, I can hear you. I think we're good to go.
All right. Okay, so I believe you guys can see my screen. I'm currently sharing a screen with my browser, and I'm currently on the Slack homepage. All right. So yeah, just let me know in the chat. I want to know how many of us have experienced Slack before. If you have used Slack in the past, just let me know in the chat. Slack is basically a collaboration tool, from the website. You can see a great teamwork starts with a digital headquarter, right? So basically, all right. So I think someone said, okay, so you have used Slack. All right, nice. Okay, so of course, Slack is a collaboration tool. You have conversations with your coworkers, right? You can have conversations with your coworkers, and in most cases, in most organizations, you are either going to be using Slack or Microsoft Teams. In most organizations, you don't use Discord for work. I've seen situations where most companies right now are kind of like diving into using Discord. Um, we also considered using Slack for the training, but we had reasons for going with Discord. But yeah, Slack it's a very nice tool, and we currently use it as well for our internal team, our team conversations. Having conversations with instructors, mentors, and all that. So yeah, it's a great tool, and I'm going to simply show you how to use Slack. From a very basic level. What I'm going to do right now is I'm simply going to sign up. All right. So given the fact that I don't have an account, I don't have a previous account, I'm simply going to create an account using this demo Gmail account, Universe Garage. So let's go ahead and confirm this. Okay. So this account currently has been confirmed, right? So you see we have this account. But the next thing you might want to now do is create a workspace, right? So let's first head over to Gmail. So I'm simply going to mail.google.com. All right, so just to see if I have any email from Slack. Obviously, I can't see any email yet. So let's go back and let's proceed. So we're going to create a workspace. Now, a workspace is simply, kind of like what we have on Discord that we call a server itself, right? So the workspace is, similar to creating a server on Discord. So if I create a workspace, it's basically going to ask me for some details. So let's see. All right, so it's currently asking me what is the name of your company or team. So we're going to say Universe Garage, right? So this is the name of the workspace we're trying to create. All right, so it's asking me, okay, so who else is on the Universe Garage team? Well, for now, I would say just myself. Instead of adding any manual email, I would prefer to copy this invite link and probably send it to you on the chat and have you join. But basically, this is just a demo, right? And this, of course, would be deleted after a while. Yeah, but if I don't want to type in your email in here manually, because this call, of course, is being a live stream to YouTube, I would prefer to send the invite link, which means you can either choose to put in the email manually or send over an invite link and allow these members join by simply following the invite link. Yeah, so I'm simply going to skip this step for now. Okay, so it's asking, okay, what is your team currently working on? And I can say, let's just say Universe Garage app. All right. Okay, so next you can choose to download the Slack for macOS application. I currently have the macOS app because I'm using a macOS, but of course, if you're using a Windows machine or a Linux machine, it will probably show you the options for downloading Slack on those operating systems, right? I'm going to skip this for now. And also remember that you can download Slack on your device, on your mobile device, right? I think it's basically for mobility, right? So you can easily access messages, you can receive notifications, you can have conversations on the go using a mobile app. Let's skip this step for now. And all right, so finally we are in our workspace, right? You see, we are currently alone in this workspace. Amaka, is it possible to join this workspace so we can, do you have like a demo or a dummy account you can use, a dummy Google account, Amaka?
I don't have any, except I decide to join with my normal account.
No, okay, I don't want that. All right, fine. So now we are under this. Let's just click on this. Okay, so basically, you have some indicators, directing you on what it looks like, right? How to have conversations or drop messages, right? So you can basically drop messages. You can format your messages using the options here. I'm going to show you how to do that with examples. Let's keep this for now. All right. So what you see here, this is the workspace, name, of course, and the workspace URL, universegarage.slack.com, which means if you follow this, probably you can request an invite, right? And we're currently using a free account, and of course, the free account is perfect for simple projects, basic projects, except you need some advanced features, maybe like video calls and group calls, or audio calls. Then definitely you can decide to pay, and of course you can see the plans right here. So what I simply did was click on that link, right? And it brings me to the plan page. As you can see, they have a pro plan for $7.25 US dollar per month, I believe. Yeah, and we have a bunch of other plans, right? So you can always choose what works for your business or what works for your organization. Yeah, so let's go ahead and proceed. You can invite people to this garage or to this workspace. You can create a new channel, and I will explain what that is shortly. You can, of course, check your preference, which means you can decide to customize how these items, how your notification would function. You can enable desktop notification, right? You can also enable direct messages. I think, yeah, you can. This is basically giving us, all the notifications, but you can decide to set your notification to only give you direct messages, mentions, and keywords, or basically send no notification at all, right? You can configure the sidebar. You can turn on some of these options if you want to see all unread messages, right? This is going to simply show up right here, okay? And you can also configure the theme, right? We have a bunch of themes, and currently we're using the default. This is the default theme based on my my laptop theme, right? Of course, you can choose not to synchronize this with your operating system, and you can choose to change this if you wish to, right? Maybe this is what you've seen most times, but I mostly prefer to synchronize this with my OS. And even after synchronizing this, you can definitely choose to also tweak the theme a little bit, right? You can of course play around with the choice of colors. In most cases, I love ultraviolet because it's it kind of rhymes with the Top Universe brand and color. So that is why most times, I mean, I love purple basically, right? So I would go with that. Yeah. So these are a bunch of things you can actually set. For example, the theme can be clean or compact, and this basically refers to how your messages would appear, right? Your messages can either appear this way with the name, or it can be compact, which means it only has your name without a picture, and it's yeah, in most cases, I think I would prefer this because this looks more modern, right? But I think it depends on you. So these are just a bunch of configuration. You can play around here. You can select the default skin tone for your emoji. And of course, these things are optional, right? This is not, at the end, this is not the primary point of using Slack. This is just a way to customize Slack to fit your personal preference, right? Yeah, so I'm going to leave this area for now, and I will show you how to create a channel. right? We would also get down to the setting and administration. The reason why I can see this option here is because I created this, this workspace, right? If you join a workspace, you definitely would not, have this option except you are made an admin, right? Yeah, but by default, joining a workspace, you would not come across this settings and administration. So let's focus on the main things. We have a channel, and basically we have the general channel, the random channel, and the Universe Garage app channel, which was created, because we selected this option and we said this is what we're currently working on right now. So the expectation is you have a general channel where you can have, general conversations with multiple participants. So hi team, right? And of course, you can use, at everyone, at here, at channel, right? You see, just, similar to, and you can even mention people. So if you have someone in here, you can definitely mention that person and you can have that person reply, right? So this is me basically tagging myself, okay? But yeah, you can actually mention at everyone. You can also drop messages. So this is the general channel. And we can have conversations that are not directly related to our project, but related to our operations and overall company activities. Okay, so yeah, so this is just a message, and of course, remember you can always edit your messages, right? I think that is also important. Just in case you have like a typo error or you forgot to add some things there, you can and remember when you tag everyone, you have a lot of people receive notifications so long they are on this workspace, right? Okay, so you can also work with you can also create. So I can say this is a list of the pending activities or the pending items. Right. So yeah, I think I made a mistake there. So I can always go back, edit. Okay, so I have to hold my shift key, and hit the enter key so that I can add more options here. So yes, I can add a numbered list. So I can say the splash screen, right? The next line I can say, dashboard. Okay. And of course, when I press the tab key, it's going to give me, a bunch of other options, when you try to put kind of like a sub item, and if I go with this item, I can say sub item 1, right? And right now I can say sub item. Okay, so by using the tab key, this is basically simple formatting stuff, right? So of course, you would get to learn how to use this better. You can of course embed a code. You can actually embed a code block, right? We can also do stuff like this on Discord, and maybe you have tried it before. But what I mean is, let's assume I move down to a sample code snippet that I have here. All right, so I have a sample code snippet here. I can simply, and of course, I know that most of you, you basically don't care about, adding code snippets, but, just trying to make you understand that developers can use this, designers can use this. There are a bunch of, integrations and, a bunch of ways to, collaborate using this tool. So you see, I was able to add a very long code snippet. If you have any question, you go ahead and ask me in the chat. Basically, this is not a coding tool. This is simply a tool to collaborate. And of course, you can drop reactions, you can drop emojis, yeah, multiple people can also drop this, set of reactions, right? And one other thing you might do is you might want to pin this, right? So you see, you can share this message. You can add this to your saved items. You can also set a reminder about this specific message so that Slack would remind you after a specific amount of time. You can also pin to the channel so that everybody coming into the channel would not have to scroll for a long time before they are able to access this item. All they have to do is simply, check out the pinned items. And of course, when they check out the pinned items, they will be able to see this, specific message, right? So you see we have the pinned items here, and we have one item that was pinned. Okay, so anybody coming in here will be able to see this as well. Now you can always create a new channel by clicking on plus. So just a simple way that I would organize a very basic project team. I'm going to show you how I would do that. I would simply, all right. So I would simply, create a channel from here. I would call this design, right? So I can call this design channel, probably for the design team. So for the description, this is where design happens. Okay, so it can be private. And when it's private, it means I am going to specifically select the amount of people that can have access to this channel, right? Yeah, I'll just make that public since I don't have anyone to add in there for now. So let's go ahead and create this channel. Now, you can add people. I don't have anybody to add, so let's skip for now. I'm also going to create a new channel, call this social media. All right, so this is where social media work is done. It's also public, okay? And maybe just one last one. All right, plus create channel. And this time I would say development, right? So development, okay. So this is where development conversations. Okay, so basically we have 3 new channels, right? One for development, one for design, and one for social media. So, I mean, you get the point. If this is private, you can then add, the teammates that would, work on that specific channel, just to create that level, that boundary, right? You don't want people jumping into other departments, conversation. Then at the end of the day, after having your private conversations, after having your stand-ups or your meetings, you can then, put the meeting feedback or something in maybe another channel, so you can have meeting feedback. Yeah. So in my previous company, I think we called that stand-up. So we have like a stand-up channel, and for stand-up meetings feedback. Okay, so every morning we have like a stand-up meeting between 10 to 11, and what we do is every department have their separate stand-up meetings, except we have a general meeting like a sprint meeting. Then you have multiple departments from the design, engineering, social media, content creation team. You can have everyone, have a group meeting, and when they are done, there will be like maybe a different channel, or it can be the same channel where you drop like a meeting note, right? Yeah, but we always have the link or the details of those meeting notes in a different app, because if you're using the free version, then some of these messages might not, exceed 3 months, right? So within the space of 3 months, if you have a lot of messages coming in, you might not be able to have access to that, the previous messages, because you're on the free plan, right? Yeah, but I think that is it. There are a lot of things you might want to do, such as integration. I'm not going to show you how to do integration right here, but of course you can integrate a bunch of what we call Slack apps, right? We have a lot of apps, right? You can integrate your Zoom, you can integrate Trello. I mean, I love using this a lot for my personal tasks. If I have a personal project I'm working on, I most times use Trello because I want to just have like that Kanban feel where I'm able to put in the tasks, what I have to do, what is pending, what is done. And then, you can, you easily start a Zoom meeting or set up a Zoom meeting. You can connect your Google Drive so that you can have access to your files. You can also connect a Google Calendar. You can connect Twitter. You can connect a poll app. We have a bunch of apps in here. As a matter of fact, you can even explore this page on their app directory website, where you see like, you can even search, right? You see like a grouping of, these apps, right? The categories of this, set of apps, right? So if you want apps that you can use for marketing purposes. You click on marketing and then you see a bunch of integration. So I think one of the best parts of working with Slack is the amount of integration supported. On Discord, what we do most times is we create custom apps and do some webhook integration. But Slack already, we have a bunch of people building Slack apps because Slack has been known to be the #1 place for collaboration, right? For business collaboration. So I think this is the main selling point. I'm simply going to show you an example, right? Where we have so I'm simply going to show you an example from so I am currently on my Slack desktop app, but I need to ensure that all right. Okay, so I believe you can see this. I'm going to show you. I have a bunch of workspace around here, right? You can see top universe operations, AWS, Python, Tambourine, DevOps Charts, Open Collective, Rust, C++, and there are a lot more that I did not even add here because these are kind of like the workspaces that I use often, right? We have a bunch of channels here, and I want to show you how we use the Chatwood integration, right? So currently on our website, and I think I will show you that from here. So let's see. Top universe. All right. So we're currently on the Top Universe website. We have a chat right here. So we have an integration, and that integration is simply letting us know the messages, making us see those messages and also responding to those messages. So if I start a conversation here, it's asking for my email address. I'm going to put in a random email address. I will just say marvelous. Let's say marvelous at Top Universe. I don't think this. Yeah, this is not my. This is not, okay. Yeah, marvelous. Let's just use this. This is random. Marvelous. Maybe 234. The full name. I will just say maybe John Doe, and hi. Let's chat. Okay. So this is. So I'm going to start a conversation. So when I start a conversation right here, we have an integration for that on Slack, right? Hi, let's chat. So what I'm simply going to do is, pull up this thread and reply to this message in the thread. And the reason why I'm able to do this is because on the integration, I ensure that, I am connected with, the same email that I have on the backend, on the Chatwood backend. So I can say, okay, I would love to chat with you. How may we help you? All right. So this is simply going to pop up here. Of course, because I'm using. So this is our customer care account, right? But simply I connected my personal Slack so that while she's busy having a conversation with these people, using a mobile device, if she is unavailable for some reasons, I can always support. And I think Amaka is also connected to this. Ella is also connected to this. So if Ashley is not available, then definitely, we can support from here, right? And I think it has, I've really, used this for some time. You see, I have 7 replies here. I have 3 replies here. And of course, we can continue this conversation. So I just wanted to understand your plan for the masterclass programs. Okay, so you have that message pop up in here, right? And then I can say we are almost done with the internal development. By the end of the month, you can simply visit the masterclass page and take any course we have in there. Okay, so fine. So this is basically an integration, and I'm sure you get the point. You know, this is possible. This is made possible using a Slack app, right? Of course, we also have something similar. You know, this is easy, which means even if you're not a developer, yes, you can implement something like this, right? I have also implemented something like this on apps like Discord. But you need to be a developer to at least understand how to implement such workflow, because there are some level of coding that also went into that. That's not the point of this video. The point of this video is that you see how Slack has just made it easy for me to respond to this chat without having to leave our Slack workspace, right? And there are a lot of things you can also do. You can decide to add more apps. You can add like Zoom and a bunch of other apps, right? That would make your workflow even better. All right, so let's close this for now. And yeah, I hope you understand some of these explanations I've given so far. So let's leave this for now. So we're going to leave the Slack app directory, and we'll simply go back to the Slack app. Yeah. So if you have any questions so far, go ahead and let me know. What I'm going to do right now is to show you how to use another simple collaboration tool like Trello. Okay, so I'm just going to use this to show you how to add like an app to to Slack, right? So when I click on Trello, the next thing I just have to do is say add to Slack. Remember, you can definitely send. I think most of the time people ask me, is it possible to send things like documents, images? Yeah, you can of course send documents and images. My advice is to always have those kind of documents in your Google Drive, right? Then you share a link. I think I'll prefer if you do it that way. It's just a way to ensure that you don't clutter your chat room, right, or the channel, and you just have links, to those specific set of files that you're about to share, right? Except you plan on deleting those files after a while. You just want to share and delete it after a while. I don't think I would recommend that, especially when you're on the free accounts. So that you don't come back here to search for something in 3 or 4 months' time and you no longer have access to it. Okay. So what I'm simply going to do is to add to Slack. Click on add to Slack. I think this is asking me to log into my Trello account first. Let's see. Okay, so all right, so I'm simply going to log into my Trello account, but I'm going to do that off screen. So just give me a moment, and I will be done shortly. And I wish I don't know, but I hope I remember my password for Trello. Oh yeah, thank God I do. All right, so I'm currently logged into my Trello account. So yeah, back on screen. Sorry for that. I'm going to click on add to Slack, and you see I have multiple channels here: H Network, Top Universe, Umbrella Tricolor. So basically, these are I think the latest workspace I created on Trello. I'm simply going to add this to Top Universe. I don't think we ended up using this. I don't think we ended up using this, but I'm just going to verify. So let's see if this works. Okay. Um, Okay, so I'm having a feeling that maybe we might have to be on a paid plan to use this. I'm not very sure why it's bringing me here. Add to Slack. Oh, okay. All right, so let's see. So I just clicked on add to Slack. Trello is requesting permission to access the Universe Garage. Oh, yeah, okay. Allow. All right, so I'm going to simply allow. Oh, nice. Okay, so I think we have that integration in here now, Trello. Okay, so we have that integration, and of course, these are some of the commands you can, use to probably invite people down to Trello, or I guess, yeah. You're all set. Remember to invite me to the channel with invites. Oh, okay. So basically, we use this to invite, to first invite the app to the channel. So I'm going to do that. So let's go down to development. I'm simply going to run this command. Let's see, run it again. Invites at Trello, right? All right. Okay, so we have Trello was invited to development. Okay, let's also check out some of the commands here. So link a Trello board to your current Slack. So I'm going to run Trello link and then the board URL. Well, I think this is something you really have to practice and try to remember. So let's say Trello. Do we have like a Trello list or something? Trello. So we have, okay, let's say Trello creates. I don't know. Hello. So that this is simply going to create a board or create a task within a board and also within a list. So let's say on the front end. So we are calling this title fix the landing page bug, and we say okay, there is an alignment error that just popped up on the landing page. Let's fix that within the next 24 hours. All right. Let's add that to the top. So you can actually select a member. So you see we have multiple members and these members were pulled in. We have someone who is actually a front-end person. So let's select, we can select multiple people, by the way. So I just selected 3 members of that specific board, and we can select a date, right? So please fix that today. And yeah, for the label, I can just say urgent, just I don't know if I have any. Oh, okay, yeah, done. So I will just say pending then. So you can also send notification to channel. So let's create this to see what we have. All right, so I just created that. Let's check out what we have on on that board right here in Trello. So let's see. Fix the landing page bug. This was created now. These are the members we just added. So I think this is cool. I mean, frankly speaking, I think this is really a good way to set up tasks and without having to visit Trello. I think it's amazing. Yeah. So this is a different integration, and basically, every integration would have its own way to manage and set up or work with that specific application. Now this is in this case Trello. Yeah, so of course basically it's used for collaboration. I've shown you how to create your channels. The only thing I'm not going to show you on this call is the settings and administration. There are a bunch of advanced things here, and maybe 50% of the time, at least within your first 1 or 2 years of using Trello, of using Slack, you might be, you will be working under a workspace and not necessarily, having to create a workspace. But if you happen to create a workspace, definitely you can, configure your workspace from the settings and administration. You can, of course, add your logo, make a lot of changes, manage your members, and also manage your apps from the settings and administration page. This is going to open up on your browser, by the way. And yeah, I think that's all I have to show you for now. Get the desktop application and also the mobile application. And of course, you can join multiple workspaces. Right now, we are only in one workspace. You can join multiple workspaces, and then you have the workspaces listed like this. So that's all. That's all for now. If you have any question, I'll be taking a look at the charts. I'll give you like probably 5 minutes to drop your questions. Thank you. All right, so I hope you guys can hear me because I'm still here waiting for your question. So if you have any question, just send it across so we can just take that. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you, Idris. Yeah. So if you have any question, I'm here waiting patiently. So for those of us that have used Trello in the past, I believe you understand, probably understand some of the things I've explained. Well understood. All right, nice. Okay. All right, so since we don't have any questions, I think that should be all then. Yeah, so Amaka, I think we're good. We don't have any questions coming in, which means they understand what I've explained very well. Amaka, are you there?
Hello, can you hear me? Yes, I'm here.
Oh yeah, I can hear you. So
all right. I don't think we have any questions coming in.
Yeah, I don't think we have any. Okay.
Okay, so since there are no questions, we can call it a day.
All right. Yeah. So have a wonderful time, guys, and